It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. All that and more coming up next.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner? This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
Tua to throw right away. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team. But not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing to start here is Tua. Got his man complete. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua going right back to Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And some room to roam now. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Mostert is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2nd down and goal. Tua hit, and the ball is out. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Singletary to get the drive started, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these reads if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's Sam Martin now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Oh, look at the juke. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Gregory Rousseau able to bring him down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom! Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Allen now on first down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Allen now looks to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Let's go now. Let's go. You know what we need, baby. Let's go. Let's go, fellas.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On second down, Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Oh, and the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit and illegal contact on a quarterback. The defenders really have to get in line.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
On 2nd and goal, Tua. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Let's go.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And some space here. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen sliding out of the pocket. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second and 2, Allen firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Bills are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Singletary. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on third and goal? Again, it's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Miami. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Off play action. Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time, and that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another 1st down run right there.
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Bass is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
We got to be big time now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
It's showtime, baby.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Oh, good move. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Was that a design pass or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to pass. Tua. On target over the middle to Hill. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Mostert, and he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This taken in at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Allen.
And oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen out to the left. He's got his tight end Knox. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. On play action, Allen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Bills have got it back to within a score. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Pass on for the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
104 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Well, Raheem Mostert, remember, he established himself as a special teams guy before becoming a good runner, and he's never been one to back away from contact as he's able to run through would-be tacklers there on his way downfield.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And we can see on the next-gen stats, he picked up nearly 30 yards after that initial contact. Once again, it's Mostert.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Hill.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Tua. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was, or whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
So after the INT, it's Allen setting up the screen for Cook. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Allen now looks to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Bass is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's ride, dog.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Miami. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this lead at halftime. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they too have had a lot of success running the football, as both of these teams have really used their offensive lines to great advantage.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Out to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things, but even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. Give to Cook out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their number one goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now that was impressive by the defense. They just got hit for a big pass play, and instead of rushing out and getting back deep to cover, they played their techniques, saw the run develop, and ran to it and made the play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To the air, Allen. On the slant, he's got Davis. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Here's Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Here's Allen, and that is incomplete. Unsuccessful pass on 3rd down, but at least you got 3 points here in your hip pocket.
Yeah, and I would take it from my hip pocket and put it right on the shoe of my kicker and go get those 3 points. This isn't even a discussion to me. This is a chance to take the lead after a good drive. Do it.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills have come back to regain the lead. And they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Mostert, toss left side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Allen looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind, going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the turnover, it's Tua. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. Touchdown, Dolphins! Raheem Mostert from a yard out. And the Dolphins have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offensive coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end Knox. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
What's the deal, y'all? Let's go, man.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go right back to Singletary. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. His throw incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Allen to throw it. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Allen will try to throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
A handoff running left is Mostert to the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end, so they were on him in a hurry.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Bills going to take over again on offense. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, This is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Allen off the play fake. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter, just a 3-point game, 2nd and 10. Allen's throw is complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Allen. Caught right side, Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Singletary. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From just shy of midfield, Allen. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They pitch it out to Singletary, and that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Miami's offense set and ready to go. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt.
And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Caught by Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Tua. Going right back to Wilson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 39, Tua. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
They'll run right side with Mostert. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Tua going to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have tied things up here in the 4th. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bills ready to take over. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw, it's Allen. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Second down at 4. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll run with Cook. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So still time remaining here in this 4th quarter, but the touchdown there puts them back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense Well, not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Miami set to take over. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open net is Waddle, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there out of Cook. 46 yards on the ground.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Singletary again. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will hang on to their lead. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 10, a minute 50 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10. Tua to throw. Incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Here's Tua. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Now Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Tua going to try and go quickly here. Tagovailoa.
toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Back to throw is Tua. That's swung out to Mostert. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Tagovailoa looking to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.